Guys, Dave Lamont here again with Full Send Hunting. So, one thing people ask me is, should I carry spare anything in the woods in my backpack? Yeah, some of it takes up weight. Is it necessary? Is some of it important? What's not important? What is important? That right there is a spare release. So that will sit in my pack at all times, because for whatever reason you lose your release out in the woods, you need to have a spare. Okay. All right, so this is basically just a quick little inventory of what I would put in a box that goes in my pack. Okay, so besides the release, which does go in the pack itself, I would carry extra set of broadheads, extra set of field tips, extra set of nocks. I carry a minimum of 2 D loops, a small knife, a lighter that works or matches. Although the problem with matches is if you're working near your string, you need to have a little bit of control over your flame, and sometimes matches can flare up. So biggest thing is want this right here. Okay, we need to make sure our bolts and nuts are all tight on the bow itself. Okay, this is knock serving. Okay, I've seen that come undone. And this is peep tie-in serving. Okay, now not all of us have bow equipment laying around. We can just throw stuff together on a string, separate strings and stuff like that out in the woods. But if you know a guy in camp, I recommend having a spare peep. Okay, and also knowing that exact measurement between your knock height on your arrow and your string and your peep, center of your peep. Okay, you're probably wondering what this is. Some of you know what it is, some of you don't. I prefer to have my bows served in on your rest. Okay, so that'll be served in right there here in a little bit. Now when you're hiking through the woods, you get a lot of trees and branches. You look down and all of a sudden it's ripped that cord out of the string. Okay, instead of driving all the way back to town, this little football right here will allow you to clamp that onto your string with your cord and tighten it down, hence the screwdriver. So I recommend carrying those 2 items as well. Okay, if you're shooting a drop away. If you're not shooting a drop away, or you are and you don't want to mess with all that, it's pretty simple to throw a whisker biscuit in your pack. So like I said, this is the basics. You'll also notice I got a spare pin. I've seen those come out on sites. People just, you're not paying attention, you're excited, you're elk hunting, and yeah. So these are the basics. I mean, just spare stuff, because essentially your broadheads and everything are already on your arrows, your nocks are already on your arrows, but for whatever reason, nocks come out, the loose tips, we forget to tighten bolts. So yeah, that's what I'd throw in. And of course, like I said, always make sure you got a spare release. I'm actually really crazy about it. I've got one in my pack, one in my bow, one in my trailer, one in my truck, like 3 at my house. Like, there's always a release around me somewhere. So also, when you are out in the woods, this should be one of 2 places. Okay, now it's here for display for this video, but it should be either on your bow or on your wrist. Okay, so always keep that in mind. That'll help you from losing it. All right, guys, so that's just a little repair kit. Obviously there's more depending on your skill level and how you feel about working with a bow, but that's pretty much just your basics right there. So yeah, I'd keep all that, and I'm sure there's something I'm missing. I'll probably throw in a thing of wax in there too. So okay, guys, we'll talk at you later. Just little tips for the day.